squat. The opening of the wheel will be facing forward and back, and your sit bones will ground onto the foamy part above. Rooting through your feet, feel the heels, the toes, the inner and outer arches rooted into the earth. And bring your hands to your lap, palms face up, connecting thumb and pointer finger. Begin by taking a few deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more just like that. Last one. And with your next breath in, sweep those hands out and up. Interlace the palms, press them high to the sky, stretch into the tissues of your hands. And then bring that interlace behind your head. Allow your head to become heavy as you press your elbows back, your chest and gaze lift up towards where the ceiling meet the wall. Hold here and bring your awareness to the muscles beneath your pelvis and to your belly. Begin hugging those muscles up and in, pulling belly button to the spine. And as you broaden through the chest, think about closing through the core, pulling your ribs towards one another. Come through a neutral spine. Take a deep breath in on the exhale. Dip your right elbow down. Find length through your side body. Feet stay grounded. Thighs stay pressing back. Breath in takes you through center. Breath out takes you off to the left. Keep that engagement of the muscles beneath your pelvis. Keep the engagement of your belly to the spine. Breathe it up through center. Press those palms high to the sky once more. Same side body stretch, biceps by the ears. Stay rooted through your seat and your feet and begin to hinge off to the right. Staying nice and open through the side body, shoulder blades stay on your back. Maybe your gaze draws up to the left. Inhale takes you through center. Exhale, we dip off to the left. Gaze draws up to the right. Once again, those shoulders are releasing away from your ears. Your shoulder blades are on your back. Chest is nice and broad while your belly is engaged. Breathe it up through center. Arms come out wide to a T. Palms face down and back. And forward and up. Down and back. And forward and up. 3 more just like that. Just beginning to work on our shoulder mobility. Loosening through the cartilage surrounding our rotator cuffs. Last one. And the next time your palms face forward, we'll take a deep breath in on the exhale. Right hand down, left arm over ear. 1 more little side body stretch here. Maybe you dust the earth, maybe you hover. Inhale back through center, arms to a T. Exhale, left fingers down, right fingers to the sky. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Pull that belly up and in, scoop. Arms hug the ears as we come through center. Exhale, we twist to the left, arms come wide. Inhale, arms come through center. Keep them high to the sky, and as you scoop your belly up and in, twist off to the right. Allow that left hand to release outside of the right thigh. Right arm over ear, reaching towards the left. Finding a twisted side body stretch. Straighten through your spine. Left arm comes up to meet the right. We'll take a deep breath and prepare. Exhale, twist off to the left. Right hand can come outside the left thigh. Left arm hugs the ear as we reach towards the right. Breathing in and out, finding length and space, stable and focused. Coming back up, we'll release that right arm up to meet the left and release our hands to our lap. Take a deep breath in on the exhale. That right shoulder dips down towards the left knee. Inhale through center, left shoulder down towards the right knee. Inhale, center. 2 more just like that. Let your breath be the guide. Inhaling as you rise up. Exhaling as you dip down. Last round each side. Breathe it in through center. Exhale, right shoulder, left knee. Inhale through center, left shoulder, right knee. Right back up through center. Our arms come high to the sky and bend at the elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another as you lift your chest. And then round chin to chest as your palms come to meet in front of you. Inhale, open it up, seated cows and cats. I want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another, tilting your tailbone up and away. And exhale, think about rounding your chin to chest, creating space between your shoulder blades as you round through each and every vertebrae of your spine. 2 more here. Inhale, we open. Cow pose. Exhale, we round. Cat pose. Inhale, we open. We feel that spinal extension as our tailbone lifts up and away. Exhale, we feel that spinal flexion as we round through each and every vertebrae. Palms rise up, biceps hug the ears. Draw that prayer into heart center, Anjali Mudra. Rooted through the feet, engage through the muscles of the belly and the pelvic floor. We rise up. Weight comes into the ball mounds of the toes as the heels spin behind them. Starfish pose. Hands come down to the wheel. Open edges facing the sides of your mat. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, flex at the wrists, and press your palms forward. Inhale, we plant the palms on the foamy part of the wheel as we lift halfway. Exhale, we hinge, we fold as we press those palms away. 1 more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, press it forward. Inhale, rise up. Right hand plants, left arm peels open. Hips and legs stay silent. Let's take 3 big shoulder rolls with the left arm. Back, down, forward, and up. 2. And 1. And the next time our hand comes high to the sky, we'll change those directions. 3 little circles forward. And 1. Left hand plants, lower half stays silent as that right arm peels open on an exhale. Circles back, down, forward and up for 3, for 2, and for 1, and changing the direction. Forward, down, and back. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Hands plant, toes turn out. Deep bend into the left knee. We'll bring our right hand to the wheel, wheels on a diagonal as we draw it away towards the left. Right hand can come outside, left hand can come outside the right thigh as we gaze underneath the right armpit. Breathing here as we bow. Left knee is tracking over the ankle and out towards the pinky toe, rooted through the knife edge of the right foot, as well as the inner arch, heel and toe. Slowly draw it back in, straightening through the left leg, deep bend in the right knee. Wheel comes on a diagonal facing the right, left hand plants. Wheel it away. Breathing here, option to feed that right hand under for the left thigh. Gazing underneath your left armpit. We're here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Hands plant. We straighten through that right leg. Wheel comes level. Bend into the left knee. Right foot flexes towards the sky. Travel through center, bend into the right knee. Left foot flexes to the sky. 2 more like that. Side to side lunges or side to side skandasana with the support of the wheel. Off to the right and the left. And flexing the toes opposite of the leg that you're bending. Last one here. And coming through center stillness. We'll bring the weight into our heels as we turn our toes to face the front of the mat. And we'll fix that opening on the wheel to face forward and back. Take a deep breath in, firm your belly, micro bend in your knees. We'll bend into the knees as we sink the seat, lifting that wheel up and overhead. And just start to pulse into these wide squats, weights in your heels. Knees are bent and tracking over your ankles. Sit bones are tracking down towards the earth as the belly firms and the core is closed. Shoulders are relaxed as your spine elongates. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight comes into your heels, toes spin out. Sink the seat low, press the thighs back. Wheel is overhead. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we hinge off to the right, finding a side body stretch. If you want more, maybe that right heel lifts. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering down the heel if it's lifted, coming through center, and hinging off to the left. Option to lift that left heel and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering down the heel, coming through center and straightening through the legs. All right, left toes face the long edge of the mat. Right toes face the short edge of the mat. Wheel comes inside the right foot. Bend into your right knee. Plant your right hand onto the wheel. Left arm peels high to the sky. Extended side angle. Breathing here, option to flip that palm behind you and bring that hand to your left hip, slide it across your lower back for your right hip. Once you find that hip, left shoulder blade glues to your back and you begin to scoop the right ribs under, opening your chest to the sky. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Unravel that left arm, plant it on the wheel. Now that wheel's inside your right foot, both hands to the top. Left heel lifts. We're in a high lizard lunge. Chest is lifted, spine is long. Right knee is hugging in towards your tricep. Tricep is hugging out towards your thigh. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Left hand plants on the wheel. Hip stays silent as the right arm peels up to the sky. Option to stay as you are or flip that palm. Find your right hip pocket and then slide it across your back for your left hip pocket. Right shoulder blade grounds onto your back as you scoop your left ribs under. Your chest opens for that closed twist. We're here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Unravel the arm. Bring the wheel underneath your left thigh. Hands can come to blocks or to the earth inside your right foot. Take a gentle rock forward and back for 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your left toes. Create a little bit of space between your shoulder blades. And then hug your left heel towards your glute. Take a gentle rock back. Let the wheel massage the top of your thigh and forward. So as we're rocking forward and back, this motion is coming from the core. As our shoulders come past the wrist, stack over the wrist, and then press back behind the wrist. We've got 3 more, forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. Left toes release to the mat. We lift our thigh off of the wheel, lowering down our left knee to the mat, and coming up to 90-90 in the legs. Adjusting the wheel underneath the right thigh. And then allow your hips to soften until your right thigh comes onto that wheel. Left toes untuck. Arms lift to the sky. Chest lifts with it. Find length through the spine. Reach those fingers for the heavens above. And then exhale, twist towards your bent leg. So twist to the right. Left hand can come outside the right thigh. Right arm can peel back. Option to stay as you are. Or release that right hand down your left leg. Left arm can come high to the sky. Hips are shining forward. Hips are soft. Belly is engaged. One more breath here. And then bring that left hand back outside the right thigh. Right arm comes back. Palm faces up. Reach it up and over ear. Spin through the center. Right arm crosses across the body. Left hand grabs the right shoulder. Backs of the palms can touch or front of the hands can wrap. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, elbows away from your chest. Deep breath in, lifts the chest. As you release, hinge at the hips, bow down with eagle arms. So we've got these eagle arms and we're bowing into this humble warrior type shape. Inhale rises us up. We unravel the arms through goddess arms. Lift the chest. Elongate through the spine, round chin to chest as the palms come to meet in front of you. Arms rise high to the sky. We'll bring the right hand inside the thigh this time. Left shin pivots parallel to the short edge of the mat. Right hand can slide inside the foot or to the wheel as the left arm reaches over ear for a modified extended side angle. Inhale up and back, modified peaceful warrior. Inhale up and over, modified side angle. One more, just like that, up and back. We find peace. Up and forward. We find extended side angle. Reaching it back up, we'll pivot our shin back in line with the long edge of the mat and bring the wheel underneath our right calf, flexing our toes towards our nose. Hands come to the outer edges of the wheel as we gently press the heel away from us and then use the strength of our pelvis to pull that back in. Heel presses forward. Engage the belly, engage the muscles beneath the pelvis, engage the glutes. We bring it back. Hips stack over the left knee. We press the heel forward. We engage, hips stack over the left knee. Glide that wheel up underneath the right heel. Toes flex even more actively here. Arms rise up. Breathe in. Let it go. Arms sweep back. Inhale, arms rise up, length through the spine. Exhale, arms sweep back. We hinge at the hips. Inhale, we find length. We reach for our greens. Exhale, hands come to the wheel or to blocks inside the wheel. We surrender in our Ardha Hanuman half split pose. So option to stay lifted through the chest here, or on an exhale, elbows can bend out towards the long edges of the mat as we soften belly towards the spine. We want to keep the spine nice and long, so if we tilt that tailbone up and away from us like we did in our cow back, that will help to support the lengthening of the spine and the lengthening of the hamstring. Breathe here for 3, and 2, and 1. Hands come off to the side of the mat. Pivot that left shin in line with the short edge of the mat. So now we're in that similar half split shape, except with hips open to the side of the mat. Soften through your belly, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your heart, and then round chin to chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Last one, open it up and round it out. All right. Engage your belly, tuck your back toes, and press the back of that right leg into the wheel. Rise on up, hands to the sky. On the exhale, right hand comes towards the toes as left arm comes over ear. Think gate pose. Breathing here for 3. Get that shoulder blade on your back, open through the chest. For 2 and for 1. Arms rise up. Left hand down, right arm up, modified side plank. Breathing here, or taking some breath with movement. As you inhale, the arm reaches for the sky. As you exhale, we scoop it underneath the left arm. Inhale, we reach that arm up. We press the hips and heart forward. Exhale, we scoop and thread. Inhale, we press. Exhale, we scoop and thread. Inhale, we press. Exhale, up and all the way over, gate pose. Both arms reach up, hands travel through heart center. Plant the hands on the floor and bring those toes off to the right to ground your seat. Right foot is still on the wheel. From here, take a deep breath in, arms lift. Exhale, scoop the belly up and in, twist off to the right and fold. Janu Sirsasana. So we're folding over the straight leg. Toes are flexed. We are rotating through the thoracic, so through the center of our core, the center of our back, and surrendering into ourself. From here, right hand comes to the toes. Left arm pulls back like a bow and arrow. Left arm up, open twist. Palm faces up, bicep comes over ear. Side body stretch. Left hand plants next to your hip, right arm comes over ear. Hug the belly up and in as we press the hips forward, press the heel away. Fallen star. 2 more here. Elbow hugs in, seat grounds. We breathe in. On the exhale, we lift. Lower it down and lift and lower it down and lift. Lower it down. Right hand outside the left thigh, left arm over ear, and breathe. Slowly rise up. Hands crawl off the side of the mat. Shin pivots in line with the long edge of the mat. We're facing the front of our mat again. And right foot comes to the top of the yoga wheel. Knee is tracking over the ankle. You can bring your hands to the outer edges of the wheel if you need to adjust anything. Untuck the back toes. Right hand inside the thigh. Left arm peels back. Open twist or modified warrior 2. Option to release that left hand down your left leg, right arm to the sky. Rise back up through your twist. Left hand comes outside right thigh, right arm comes back. Breathing here. Now option to release that left hand inside your right foot. Left toes tuck. Left toes tuck. Left heel towards your glute. See what that feels like. Slowly release the toes down. Slowly step the right foot off of the wheel. Hands come to the wheel. Draw them away. Soften belly towards the thigh. Sink the seat back. Draw the wheel in. Peel up vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms rise. Hands plant. Seat lifts. Wheel away. Soften through your chest and belly. And then send your seat back towards your heels, curling through the spine. Once that wheel comes back between your thighs, arms lift. One more. Hands plant, seat lifts, wheel forward, soften chest and belly, and then sink your seat and rise up. Hands plant onto the wheel, toes tuck, seat lifts, modified downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your wheel and face the side of your mat. Take a deep bend into your right knee and your left. Notice how this might feel different from the last time we were here. Right and left and right and left. All right, we'll bring that wheel off inside the left foot. Left knee bends, right heel lifts, high lizard lunge. Take a few deep breaths here as that right heel presses back, chest stays lifted. Hips are aligned, joints are stacking. Thighs hugging in towards the tricep as the triceps hugging out towards the thigh. Breathe here for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Right foot grounds, left hand to the wheel, right arm peels up to the sky, extended side angle. Palm faces behind you, bring that hand to your right hip, slide it across your low back for your left hip pocket. Right shoulder blade onto your back, left rib scoop under as we keep that connection of thigh to elbow, elbow to thigh. Maybe your gaze draws up if that feels safe. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Unraveling that arm down to meet the left. Right heel lifts, right hand stays planted, left arm peels up. Holding here in your easy twist or palm faces behind you. We slide it across our low back for the right hip pocket. Shoulder blade grounds onto the back as the heart scoops open towards the left. We're here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly unraveling through center. We'll bring the wheel underneath our right thigh. Toes are tucked. Slowly release. Hands inside the left foot. Take a gentle rock forward and back. Notice how this feels on your thigh. We really want your wheel to be meticulously aligned so that it's not on a diagonal one way or the other. We want the foamy edges towards the short edges of the mat and the openings towards the long edges of the mat. Beginning to tuck your right toes, draw your heel in towards your glute. Once again, we'll take that rock forward and back as shoulders draw past the wrist. They stack and then draw back. Forward, stack and back. Forward, stack and back. 2 more. Noticing how this side might feel different than the other. And 1. Lowering down your toes. Lifting your thigh off of the wheel. And lowering your knee down. Hands come to the wheel as we press up to 90-90. Help the wheel underneath your left thigh. Soften your thigh onto the wheel. Let it hold your weight. We're still stacking joints here. Hips are square towards the short edge of the mat. Knee is over ankle. Breathing here. Arms rise up. On the exhale, we twist to the left. Right hand comes outside the thigh. Left arm peels back. Option to stay here or allow those fingers to dribble down the back leg. Right arm comes high to the sky. Catch a mudra by connecting the thumb and the pointer if that feels good for you. Wherever you are, we'll rise back up through open arms. Biceps hug the ear. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Pivot the shin in line with the short edge of the mat. Left hand inside the thigh. Right arm comes back. Option to stay as you are, right hand down, left arm over ear. Inhale up, modified warrior two. Exhale, right hand inside your foot, left hand inside your foot, right arm over ear. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale back, modified peaceful warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, modified side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, right hand down, left arm over ear. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over ear. Bringing it right back up through center. Pivot that shin in line with the long edge of the mat. Arms come out to goddess, chest lifts. Left arm comes across the body, right arm comes under. Backs of the palms touch or front of the hands wrap. Relax your shoulders, elbows draw away from the chest, and on the inhale, hips soften, chest rises. On the exhale, we bow. Humble warrior. Inhale, rise up, arms come out to a goddess, bending at the elbows, lifting through the chest. And hands come outside the wheel. Start to draw the wheel forward underneath the left calf, maybe even the ankle. Hands will come to the outer edges of the wheel, and we'll just start with that rock forward and back. We don't need to go very far to feel this. Allow your breath to be the guide. Notice the sensations that are coming up in the back of your legs. We don't want any pulling, any screaming, any burning around the knees, the back, the legs. Last one, forward and back. Next time the hips come over your knee, we'll take a deep breath in, preparing for our half split, Ardha Hanuman. Exhale, elbows bend out towards the long edges of the mat as we soften our belly towards our thigh. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Pressing the hands into the wheel. Our arms rise forward and up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, firm the belly, hinge at the hips, sweep those arms back as we bow. 2 more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge and bow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge and bow. Inhale, rise up. Hands come to heart center. We'll plant the hands inside the left leg as we pivot the right shin in line with the short edge of the mat. Hands come underneath your shoulders. We soften our belly, we lift our chest. We round chin to chest. Inhale, we lift our chest. Exhale, we round our spine. Last one, inhale and exhale. Nice flat back, walk the hands towards your knees, arms rise up, breathe it in. On the exhale, left hand down towards the wheel, right arm over ear, think gate pose. Arms rise up, right hand down, left arm over ear, side plank pose. From here, start to find length through your side body. Flex through your left foot. Press your chest and hips forward, finding that expansiveness. And we'll take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, bring it all the way up and over, gate pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right hand plants, left arm over ear. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over ear. One more, center. Side plank, center, gate pose, center, Hands plant, toes turn in towards the wheel, sit bones ground. Bring that wheel underneath the left heel if it's not already there. Arms rise, spine elongates. Breathe it in. On the exhale, belly scoops up and in. We twist towards the left leg. We're twisting towards our straight leg, twisting towards the wheel. And then allow your belly to soften towards your thigh. Hands can come inside the wheel, or we can walk it towards the front or lower part of the wheel to deepen the stretch. Be where you are. Wherever you are is perfect. Left hand comes inside the foot. Right arm peels back like a bow and arrow. Open twist. Right arm comes over ear. Side body twist. Right arm comes up and back. We plant it behind our right hip. Left arm sweeps over ear as we lift our hips forward and up. Softening through the hips. We crunch that elbow in and then press our hips forward and up as we reach over ear. 2 more. Soften your hips down, mindfully and controlled. Press them forward. Soften it down. And press them forward. Soften them down. Left hand outside right thigh, right arm peels over ear once again for a twisted side body stretch. Arms rise up. Hands plant. We walk our hands forward underneath our shoulders. Shin pivots in line with the short edge of the mat. Arms rise up. Hands to heart center. Shin pivots in line with the long edge of the mat. Left foot draws on top of the foamy part of the wheel. The openings of the wheel are towards the long edges of the mat. Stacking our joints here, hips are square. Left hand inside the thigh, right arm peels back. Maybe we release that right arm down, left arm up, maybe even catching a mudra. Rising back up. Right arm forward, left arm back. Same option applies. Or, as we twist, we can use that right hand for support. Right toes tuck. We start to hug that heel towards our glute. Notice the sensation through the front of our thigh. Slowly releasing that foot. Shin comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Arms come wide. Left palm faces up. We reach forward. We bring it up and back. Find peace. We travel through a warrior 2. We bring it inside the leg. Right arm over ear. Extended side angle. Warrior 2. Peace. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. Warrior 2, and peace. Warrior 2, and extended side angle. We'll come back through that warrior 2, pivot our shin in line with the long edge of the mat, and left knee comes to meet the right. Knees come as wide as the mat. Bring the wheel underneath your diaphragm and allow your chest to melt over the forward part of the wheel. Let your shoulders hang heavy. Let your body hang heavy. And take a few deep breaths here. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly rising up. We'll bring the wheel in line with the right side of the body. Starting with the right shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. Left shin parallel to the long edge of the mat. Wheel is up on the right hip. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, start to soften your side body over. Reach that left arm over ear. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you press into those outer edges of the feet until your forearm plants and your legs straighten for this wide side plank pose. Slowly lowering down the right hip, bending at the knees, and then driving through the arches of the feet. Driving through the outer aspect of the feet as you lengthen the leg and reach your arm over ear. 2 more just like that, lowering down the right hip, and then straightening the legs and reaching it over, and lowering the right hip, and straightening the legs and reaching it over. Let's bring that right leg in line with the left. Peace fingers behind the left ear. Left foot comes inside the right thigh for a tree pose. Point the toes. Toes come in front of the right thigh. And back. And forward. And back. And forward, and back. The next time they come forward, left hand comes to hold the front of the wheel. Right thigh presses into the left calf. Draw your heel towards your glute. Left arm peels up and back for the right foot. If you've got the foot, kick your foot into the hand. Boomerang your heart open forward. And press out of your right forearm so all of the weight isn't into the right side body. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release the right foot. Outer arch comes to the mat. Left leg rises up. Hug that left knee in. Maybe peace fingers come to the big toe. Maybe we draw that big toe away from us, straightening through the leg, and then lifting the heel up to the sky. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Can you release the toe and slowly release the leg all the way down, stacking the legs, bending the knees, and bringing your right hand onto the wheel. We'll slide that hand away. Left arm comes over ear, and then lift it up, working on our obliques. Hand flexes as we straighten the arm. The wheel moves away, and we lift back up. Away, and up. We'll lengthen our legs, nice and wide. Wheel comes up to our bellies, hands plant. Take a deep breath in on the exhale, spine stays long. We hinge at the hips, we press our palms forward. Palms come down, we curl through the spine as we rise up, shoulders up, back and down when we arrive. Same thing, 2 more times. Press those palms forward, hinge at the hips, find length and space. Palms plant, we peel up, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae until our shoulders come up, back and down. Last one here. Roll it forward. And hug it on up. All right. We'll bring the wheel in line with the left hip. Left shin comes parallel to the short edge. Right shin comes parallel to the long edge. We'll start by making it a nice little home inside that left hip crease. And start by spilling your left side body over the foamy part of the wheel. Option to stay as you are, or begin to press into the arches as we straighten the legs until the left forearm comes onto the mat. We can stay here or take a little bit of breath with movement, bending into the knees as we lower that left hip, straightening through the legs as we lift the hips. For this stacked plank, bending at the knees, lower the left hip, lift the hips, reach over ear, bend, and lift. Nice job, guys. So that forearm, we'd really like that parallel. We want you pressing out of your forearm. Your shoulders are stacked, your chest is broad. Your shoulder is over your elbow, not further. That bottom leg
can come on in line with the top leg. And we'll start by lifting that right leg up and bringing the foot inside the left thigh. Toes point, tap them forward, and tap them back. Tap them forward, and tap them back. Tap them forward, and tap them back. We'll bring it forward one more time, grounding through the foot. Left thigh comes to press onto the right calf as the left heel hugs towards the glute. Maybe you can bring that right hand to the left foot. For me, I actually have to extend through my arm to find access on this side. If that's something you need to do, go ahead and rise up. And then kick the foot into the hand as you boomerang your chest forward. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1, and then releasing the left leg long. Side body is still on the wheel. Whether you are extended arm or forearm, peace fingers can come to that right big toe. We'll press that heel forward and then press that heel high to the sky. Holding here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Releasing the toe. How slow can you lower that leg? Once the right leg comes to meet the left, we'll bend into the knees, sink our seat down. Left hand comes to the foamy part of the wheel. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, roll that wheel away. Find length through the side body. Right arm comes over ear. And pull it back up and in. 2 more. Away. And up and in. And away. And up and in. Bringing the feet to touch, knees out wide. We'll bring the wheel in between the toes. Curl your toes around the outer edges. Hands start at the top, and as we hinge at the hips, we start to walk our hands down the front of the wheel. Maybe allowing our chin or our third eye to rest on the foamy part. Surrendering here for 3, for 2, and for 1. We'll rise on up, helping our knees close like a book, and bringing the backs of our heels on top of the wheel. Fingers face the glutes, shoulders roll up, back, and down. We'll start with bent legs. Tops of the feet plant onto the wheel. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, root into the wheel as we lift our hips for a reverse tabletop. Option to stay here or start extending your legs. Really press the heels into the wheel as your toes start to flex to the sky for a full reverse plank pose. Lift the hips, lift your heart, feel that expansiveness, so strong. Shoulders are still away from the ears. Shoulder blades are drawing towards one another. We're pressing out of the finger pads and the heels of our palms, so no pressure on our wrists. Toes are flexed, heels are drawing away from us as our belly is rising to the sky. Breathing here, and a slow lower down of our seat to the earth. Arms reach up, elbows hug in, palms face up. On the exhale, hinge and fold, belly towards the thigh. Taking hold of your feet, the wheel, or whatever feels nourishing for you here and now. We'll keep our feet on the wheel as we release our grip and slowly rock off of our sit bones as we lower low back, mid back, upper back and shoulders onto the earth. And we'll bring that wheel in towards our glutes. Right foot stays planted onto the wheel. Left foot plants onto the earth in line with the wheel. Arms come to your side, shoulders roll up, back, and down. Deep breath in. On the exhale, root through your heels to rise your hips up to the sky. Option to stay here, or left knee draws in and left toes tap. I want your throat open. I want your gaze steady. I want your shoulder blades rooted, your belly zipped, your ribs closed. We keep crunching that knee in. Our right heel is rooted actively into the wheel, tapping the toes, crunching the knee in, and tapping the toes. 2 more. Crunch and tap and crunch and tap. Ground that left heel. Right leg straightens, toes flex to the sky. Right heel presses in, ground the foot on the wheel, hips press high to the sky. Heel drives into the wheel, we flex the toes, we press it away. We pull it in, we ground the sole of our foot, we lift our hips. 1 more. Flex the toes, press the wheel away. Thighs are hugging towards one another this whole time. Pull that heel in, ground the foot, lift the hips. Slow softening of your sternum, your low back, your mid back, and your tailbone. Let's cross that right ankle over the left thigh and bring the left foot onto the wheel. Just holding here for 3, for 2, for 1. Left foot stays where it is. Right foot grounds in line with your hip. Reorganize your body if you need to. We want those heels as close to the glutes as possible. We want the knees tracking over the ankles. We want the thighs hugging towards one another. We want your low back imprinted into the earth. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, root through your heels, rise through your hips. Option to hold here or take those crunches. Right heel lifts, right knee lifts, right toes tap. Knee crunches in, toes tap. Knee crunches in, toes tap. Last 2. And last 1. Lower down your heel. Feel rooted through the right foot. Left leg begins to straighten. Flex the foot. Our hips are still lifted. Hips are in line with one another. Pull that heel in. Ground the sole of your foot. Lift your hips a little higher. 2 more. Flex the foot. Press the sole away. Pull the heel in. Ground the sole. Lift the hips. Flex the foot. Press the sole away. Pull the heel in. Ground the sole. Lift the hips. Soften through your sternum, mid-back, low back, and tailbone. Right foot comes on top of the wheel. Left ankle crosses over right thigh. Foot flexes. Breathe here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly bring the wheel around your feet. Extend your legs high to the sky, toes inside the wheel, fingers inside the wheel. And just allow yourself a moment of breath as the blood flows back to your heart and the oxygen flows back to your brain. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Release your left leg long onto the mat. Left hand anchors to the left hip. Move that leg away from you. So we're moving the right leg out to the right, away from the midline, and then right back up through center. We'll change the grip on the wheel into the left hand. Right hand comes down to the mat. Keeping the hips grounded, we'll only cross that leg across the body as much as we can while anchoring that right hip. And right back through center. Left foot comes up to meet the right. Right leg comes down to the mat. Let's anchor the right hand onto the hip and bring that left leg out to the left. Breathing in for 3, 2, 1. Right back up through center. Switch the grip. Right hand on the wheel, left hand to your side. Take that leg across the body as much as you can while keeping that left hip grounded. And then right back up through the side. Release the wheel. Lower down the left leg. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, chin to chest, we begin to curl up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring that wheel behind your back, up to your tailbone, and start by softening your mid and low back onto the wheel. Interlace the hands behind your head, elbows come wide. Option to stay as you are, or point through your toes and lift your hips to the sky. Option to stay as you are, or breath with movement. We soften our spine onto the wheel, seat down to the earth. We lift up, and then we curl back, allowing our shoulders and spine to soften, our hips to lift. Hips lower, spine softens, feet flex, we rise up. We sit back, we close our core, we point our toes, we lift our hips. Last one, sink our hips, rise up. Crunch back, lift the hips. Maybe you extend the arms behind you, allowing your head to lean back on the wheel, finding that deep opening, and then allowing your hips to soften. And we'll rise off of the wheel, lower it down to the mat, and bring the wheel behind our head, coming into our final rest, taking a few deep Ujjayi breaths in through our nose and out through our nose, constricting the muscles at the back of our throat as we breathe in and we breathe out, and we repeat that audible oceanic breath. And maybe envision the tides flowing in and out, carrying us towards our dreams, towards our joy, our peace, our calm, our hopes, our loved ones. And allowing those tides to carry away from us any worry, pain, expectation, attachment, any limiting thoughts or negative self-talk, any stories, as it carries towards us truth, as it carries towards us authenticity, as it brings love and light with each and every inhale of life, allowing each exhale to take any thoughts, any pain that are not serving us here and now, releasing gripping as we soften our mind, soften our body, and open our heart to the possibility, to the opportunity, and trust that we are exactly where we are meant to be. Ending your practice here, or taking anything that you might need as you reawaken. Thank you so much for trusting me to guide you virtually. The light in me sees, honors, and bows to the light in you. Namaste.